Right, let's get the Flight EI-273 from Dublin up and going. I haven't played a flight sim in God knows when. It's available under the Xbox Game Pass for PC on Windows 10 and 11. So I got myself a used Logitech Saitek Pro Flight Yoke system. Try out. A couple of screws missing, but hey, I did a good MacGyver job, and I got the throttle system mounted. So I don't know how well this is going to go. This might not even last longer than 15 minutes. Yeah, might end up crashing too much. So I don't know if I need to do any config with it. It seems to be in its default. The Yoke system itself feels pretty realistic. The only thing I'd say about it is it feels a bit too hollow, light plastic. The handles, there's not enough. There's not enough weight in it. I want another way of putting it. Introduction. Right, what are we going to do? Open toolbar menu during flight, interacting with the camera panel. So how bad could it be? The aileron, flaps, rudder, elevator, trim, elevator. So literally all I have is the Yoke system and the throttle system. I don't have any of the other panels or add-ons. Well, not yet anyway. Sure, let's see how this goes first. Hey. We are running on a gigabyte hours extreme something RTX 3090 24 video 24 gigabytes of video VRAM. It loads for this game. In fact, this game is actually one of the reasons why I picked graphics card.
For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts.
Yes, ma'am.
Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane. A classic. The Cessna 152. Take a look around it.
What have we got here? Shift down, shift up, and shift left and right. Right, so up, down, left, right. I think I see the flaps moving. No? That's weird. Shift down. It's changing flaps, not camera view. I think she got it wrong.
In the simulator,
oh, there's a little toggle.
You want, you can easily switch
so
to
this is
cursor
on
mode.
the handle left hand side top. Move your mouse to activate the cursor. Okay, so
the cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation. Try to find and open the basic controls panel.
Sorry, a bit of water there. Open the basic controls panel in the toolbar. Wait, there's a toolbar? Oh, in here.
The basic controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar.
You mean like the one right next to it?
The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now.
I do have one of those, I just don't have it installed. I use it on the Division 2. Because I feel like I need to rearrange my monitors to play this game properly.
Let's switch to cockpit
like
view next.
Front window, left window, right window. Switch to cockpit view pressing, what is that, T5 or using the camera? Yeah, let me figure out where T5 is. Not that one. Um, yeah, I don't know which one's T5. Oh, wait a minute, is it?
In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you'll be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So let's hide the yoke for now.
Cursor point, yoke. Wait, press it.
Some instruments allow multiple interactions. For example, rotating a dial clockwise or counterclockwise. In these cases, you need to lock the cursor onto them in order to interact. For example, take a look at the clock in the middle of the dashboard. Go ahead and lock the cursor on it.
Up there a second. I thought it said hold left button to. Not left button to lock. She's not clicking. She's not. Lock the clock knob pressing. Yeah. So is it the right part is the left or? Yeah, that stands to reason. We move on. Hello. Where's she gone? Is this thing on? Here, double treble clicking each left and right. Alternator. No, let's not touch that. Yeah, it is left click. Why is that still glowing?
Now change the clock time.
Oh,
You
it's
can
the
unlock
actual
the
knob
cursor
on it.
once you're ready. For now, we're done with the cursor, so go ahead and hide it. All right, as we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside. Pro tip, once you find a camera position you like, you can save a shortcut to easily get back to that view anytime.
Cool story, bro. Okay, so Control Alt 1.
Now, reset the camera to its original position. Then try switching to your custom one again.
A2. So A2 is this, I think. And then Alt and 1.
All right, that covers all the main camera functions available in the simulation. Try to familiarize yourself with them a bit more. Then reset the camera to its original position whenever you're done.
How about no, and we just get on with it?
Great.
I got 10,000 points and the challenge accepted for doing sweet feck all so far. Oh. Warm. Next. Okay. Rating menu. 12% masters. So what do we? Wait a minute. That was only 12%. Then what do we do next? Getting familiar with main controls and instruments. Yoke to control the ailerons on the elevator. What's all this fancy talk? Can we not just keep it simple?
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 152, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons.
Can we call the ailerons something else? Sounds daft. There's no one named Eileen here. Or Aileen, I should say. There we go. In and out, in and out. And it is in and out. It seems to be fairly in sync. The left and the right turns not as much, but maybe that's just something that needs to be calibrated. Look at the end of the wings. Shift down. Shift down is doing fucking nothing, lad. Ah, okay. No, we could do that. No, was it Alt 1? Yes, there we go. Drifting down. Oh, no. Don't do the damn thing. Unless it's not a left shift, is it? Left shift down, left upright. Okay, can we move on, Mrs. No. What have we missed? I don't think we've missed anything. I think it's just the way she explained it. Irises. Because the on-screen keys are not doing anything. At least, they're not doing nothing. How do I get the outside view again? Or is there a way to toggle it to go in? I'm pressing loads of buttons here. No. So far, just when I thought it was going well. I don't know what else it's trying to get us to look at. Can't see it much of that, and we can. Ah, I see what you're doing now.
Now,
Yeah.
the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator.
What elevator? Look at the horizontal tail at the back. Oh, you're talking about this. Oh yeah, now I
Nice.
see it.
Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft
I
when you're
didn't
on the
buy the
ground.
pedals. What
The
do
upper
they do?
part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating
Right.
turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look
Okay.
at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder.
At the vertical tail.
Great. Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it.
That's the blue one. So I.
Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power.
Okay. Oh, we're doing this.
Power is increased. Now,
So
pull
it's the
it back
black
to
one on
decrease
the.
power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle.
Okay.
Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle.
That's idle, I think.
Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator.
Roger,
You'll
roger.
find it on the right side of the dashboard. This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left in the main instrument panel.
Yeah, I see it.
It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right side of the main instrument panel.
Mm-hmm.
The altimeter has 3 hands, similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The
This
short,
one.
thick one is 1,000-foot
That
intervals.
one?
And the long, thin one,
Oh, that one.
10,000-foot intervals.
Right.
That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
What do you mean next time? Can we not do it now? All these pints and I haven't done nothing yet.
I've got to say, you chose a great day to go flying. This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good?
Roger,
First
roger.
things first, let's
Totally
get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today. This is Red Rock territory. Beautiful, isn't it?
Not too
See
shabby.
if you can spot the Sedona airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find.
Use the smart cam by holding E. Well, I'm pressing and then I'm holding E, and she's not doing the damn thing. Hey, hold down, hold down. Clearly, we need to. Is it external? No. Smart cam targets. I don't know why it's not. These aren't working as expected. There's the smart cam.
Okay, let's move on.
Right. What next, boss?
We already talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude, the position it should be in for regular flight. Alright, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Turns under 30 degrees. Hey.
Go ahead and try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona. That's good. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try. That's good. For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're
Why is the
pushing on the
nose
yoke.
going down and I didn't try to do that? And I
Go ahead. Gently pitch down.
gently. It's already doing it.
Next time,
can we hold
be
up?
a bit more gentle on the controls.
I am being gentle.
Okay.
We're off
Time
course.
to find the airport again.
Hey, there.
Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction.
Wait, find what? Wait, what's she talking about? Find and turn towards the airport. Pulling up nose as I turn to the right. Less than 30 degrees. Pivot. Pivot the other way. Come on. You're making me nervous. Right, level her out, level her out. There's the airport. Yeah, I see her now.
Make sure any control movements are soft and gentle. Now that you're more
Why
familiar
is the
with
nose
the
going
aircraft
down?
and the surroundings, the next step is to go deeper into handling and techniques. Soon enough, you'll be able to enjoy trips all on your own.
Why is the nose going down when I'm not pushing forward? What do you mean B? That should have been a solid A. Really? Not even half the points. Next. Right. Altitude pitch. Do we not just do that?
To help demonstrate pitch,
I haven't
I've drawn
touched
3
this.
lines on the windshield.
Right.
Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level.
Well, it doesn't.
This is
It
the
doesn't.
cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude,
If
and
anything,
the upper one
I
is
feel
the
like I need
descent
to tilt
attitude.
to the left a bit.
Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull
Right.
back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Place the lower line onto the horizon. Oh, right. Come on, pivot.
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb.
Right.
That's good.
But why am
Now
I pulling?
let's level back out. Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable.
No, it's not.
That's okay.
This thing has a mind of its own. I'm keep tilting
Push
to the left,
gently
trying
on
to
the
even
yoke
it.
until the descent attitude line matches the horizon.
Oh, right. So you want the top
Maintain
line.
that attitude.
Maintain the attitude. Is that what you just said? Sounds
As
like
expected,
attitude
with
and
a
not
nose down
altitude.
attitude, our altitude
Yeah,
is
she did.
decreasing, while our speed is picking up.
Ron, why is it?
That's good.
Wait, what? Now you're confused me. I thought it was the
bring
top
us
line,
back
not
to
the
level
middle line.
flight.
Fucking hell, woman.
Now
What's...
your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable.
It is?
That's okay. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
Okay. And now I got a C. What? Yeah, I think the yoke is not calibrated. Because I felt that there was a kind of a, I don't know, it's like turning the yoke say 5 degrees to the left, try and get that line to be level. 39% mastered. Okay, what else have we got? Turns are using rolls. Oh, this looks interesting. I think this is the bit where we actually end up crashing. Okay, we can do this.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've
What?
also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns.
For left turns, that looks like a
Gently
right turn.
move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank.
Why is it doesn't? Oh, I think I just figured
Go
it
ahead,
out.
turn the yoke gently toward the left. When the dotted line matches up with the horizon, keep it there.
Now I get you.
That's
It's a
good.
long 20 seconds.
Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now let's see you level
That's
back
because
out.
you didn't say to pull back.
Now let's see you level back out.
I am leveling. There we go. Sort of.
Now let's see you level back out.
Oh, make up your mind, woman. Come on, which is it?
Now let's see you level back out. Now let's see you level back out.
What does she mean? Go back to the normal previous line, I wonder. Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
That's okay. Remember to maintain altitude while leveling off. For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. At the top of your attitude indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Keep working to maintain a constant altitude during the turn. Level us back out now.
Okay, I think we're there.
That's good.
It's at least a
Remember
B.
to maintain altitude while leveling off. Additional practice will help, don't worry. Small corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
And I still got a C, not B. Ooh. Power settings, the basics of power management. Oh, we went over this already.
Let's talk about the throttle.
We
If you
have to.
the need for speed, then the throttle's for you. Full control over the power output of the engine. In the Cessna 152, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on the tachometer.
Which is
Pull
25.
back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800.
What throttle? My throttle isn't doing nothing. Okay. There's joystick L axis Z, which doesn't make sense because I'm pulling back and I'm kind of trying to turn to the left to even out. Come on, you silly thing. just says set 1800 RPM by reducing power, holding joystick L, access state. How does that? No. Okay, what about there? No. Why is it dropping? Everything's just dropping on me. I don't know why. Oh, there we go.
Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing. Excellent.
Just me, or is it just
let's throttle
moving
back up
way
to
too much?
2400 RPM.
Just feels like it's not even. It's not staying at the level it's I have the joystick or the yoke at. Okay, let's try that in a little bit. Yeah. What we at? 20. Okay, let's move throttle. Oh. No. You'd think having it even and horizontal and then just take a hand off the yoke should leave it in that position, or that what am I trying to say? Okay, not far off the 24.
Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well.
Okay.
Nice.
I think we got it, lads.
That was excellent. With piston planes like this Cessna, it's common to have power targets defined in RPM.
Ah, sweet, we got an A. Right, what's next? Rate and level flight. Well, I'll put on autopilot for a brief moment while I go to the bathroom. And we're back. Right. So, flight training for flight EI-276 is resuming. Yeah, I think I will. If this goes as well as I think it will, I think I will actually start build up all the bits and pieces, make up the yoke body, and then the extra measurements and stuff. The only thing is, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, even getting them second hand. And then of course there's the availability issue. Finding them can be another, especially if you're trying to buy second hand stuff. I suppose eBay, yeah, and a few others like that, but I'd rather trust the Amazon warehouse. A bit more trustworthy, if you know what I mean. At least you can send stuff back.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals
I've got the
performance.
attitude, yes.
We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon, and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
Well, we appear to be, what's the word? Pivoting, banking,
Try to
rolling.
reduce power to 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
5,500 feet, but reduced power to 2,000. Are we meant to be banking and rolling? I don't think we are. So it's kind of about there.
Great. You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control.
That's what I was thinking
Probably
too.
better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down.
Wait, what?
Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
E2. That one, I think. There we go. Oh, no. Stay.
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
Yikes, why did it?
Put your plane in a dangerous situation.
Whoa, I didn't do shit. It moved.
You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
Yeah, but why did it go
You
up
could
so?
just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control.
No, you're not listening to me,
Probably
woman.
better to adjust your
I
trim
said-
wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down.
What's she talking about?
Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
Oh, come on, I'm after pressing B2 on the yoke. Yeah. So the question is, where should I be seeing this trim that she's talking about? Oh, I think I know what she's talking about now. That is? I think I did it. Yeah, we
Keep
just need...
working on it. You'll get better. You're not high
Reaching-
enough.
What? You said we were. Make up your bloody mind, woman.
enough.
Would you wait? You've all the time in the world. We're going nowhere but forward.
You're not high enough.
Give me a minute. Yes, she's impatient, isn't she?
You're not high enough.
Seriously. Stop your engine. Oh, no.
Increase power to 2300 RPM while maintaining 5500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude.
Why is the nose dropping? I didn't ask it to drop. In fact, I was very specific in not wanting it to drop.
You put your plane in a dangerous
No,
situation.
I did not.
Increase power to 2300 RPM while maintaining 5500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude.
Banking again, and I'm not turning the wheel. Or the yoke, I mean. I can't for the life of me see where the I thought the altimeter was the one to the right of the top right. Sorry, the right quadrant, top left position. And she said, what did she say about the... I don't know why we can't just have a digital reading that tells us what that height is, you know? Is that not too much to ask for? Or is that too much to ask for? I've no idea what height we're at the moment. We might be too high. Let me see if I can get this altimeter to change. Look, now the nose is going up when I don't want it to. I'm releasing the yoke to see if I can get it to settle.
You
No.
put your plane in a dangerous situation.
Now she's just
Increase
pissing me
power to
off.
2300 RPM while maintaining 5500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude.
So if I hold it in that position, that's supposedly 5500. But at the same time,
Increase RPM to 2300 and keep us steady at 5500 feet.
there we go.
Excellent.
Let's just hold it there for a
Now
moment.
adjust the trim.
Trim the scaffold down to stop pushing on Yoke using B1. I press B1, which is a little toggle up and down.
Trim
There we
the
go.
aircraft to maintain 5500 feet. That's good.
Don't believe it, we've done it.
You did well, but you can was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
Yeah, I think we have to work on our trim. Because it doesn't seem to be working the way I thought it was. Right, what's next? Attitude test. Did we not just do this? Okay, what we got here? Throttle, elevators, air loads, oh, excuse me, rudder, directional balance. So airspeed, airspeed and altitude, and then lift direction. Directional balance. Okay. That'll be num 0 and enter, I think. The rudder control, if I remember right. Right. A bottle of water out of the mini ship fridge. Oh, beer fridge, I should say. No, actually, a bit of Guinness in here. Who says you can't have a Guinness and fly? Okay, yes, the aviation authority does, but hey, they're not here. And we aren't actually flying. Radio.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading.
But how do I know if I'm going north? Oh, I think I see it on the compass there on the left quadrant, bottom right.
When you feel ready, start descending.
Ooh, why is that going down so much? Actually, what height are we at?
When you feel ready, start descending.
Yeah, but tell me what I'm actually at first. Hold on. Let me try and shift us to the north. There we go.
When you feel ready, start descending. When you feel ready, start descending.
I am descending, woman.
While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed.
How's that? I really can't tell at the moment what my altitude is. Unfortunately. Oh, hold on. I think I see something, needle moving. It's, there we go.
That's okay. Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading.
Wait,
On the
isn't it?
Cessna 152, you need full power to climb effectively.
I thought we were already over the 6,000 feet. According to that big arrow that's moving. Okay, I must have missed that bit where she was explaining that. Meanwhile, turn to a south heading. So we're going up and...
You put your plane
Oh,
in
come
a
on, no I
dangerous situation.
didn't. Turn while climbing.
Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading.
She tells me to climb and then she
On the
tells me
Cessna 152,
I'm doing it too
you
much.
need full power to climb effectively.
Yeah, we're already at full power. Now we need to bank or roll, whatever you want to call it, so that we're south facing. Okay, let's change that angle a little bit. Come on, why is the angle not changing? Okay, that worked. Okay. I don't know whether I'm too high or too low. Oh, hold on. I think we got it.
That's good. The turn was good, but try to climb faster in the future.
Faster? You reset
Alright,
the damn
next
thing on me for
exercise.
going too fast.
Maintain your heading of 180 degrees. Stay at 6,000 feet and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
80 knots.
Go ahead and reduce your speed. That's good. Your speed was well managed, but your altitude needs to be more accurate.
You don't
You
say.
did well, but you can do better.
You gotta be. At least it's not a C. Okay, so have we completed that section? I don't see any other ones, so taxiing, takeoff, dead sick, landing without elevator. Resetting throttle to neutral position. Holding lines. Use the rudder pedals to steer the aircraft. Control rolling speed with throttle and brakes. That's a good question actually. Which of these which of these is the actual what's the blue and the red? I'm guessing brakes is one of them.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake.
Yeah, I don't know which one that is. It says control and decimal.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving.
There we go.
All right. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. As you increase power, watch the tachometer and make sure to stay around 1000 RPM.
I'll be happy if I can just manage to steer this thing. At the moment, I'm just only using rudder control. Just 2 keys on the numpad.
Now test the brakes.
Come on. Ah, there we go.
Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us? Stop before it as if traffic was coming off the runway.
Why are we not moving? Control decimal. Come on. Move. What's wrong? Hold on, where's the brakes on this damn thing? Parking brake. Parking brake is on. I thought I turned it off. Yeah. Yeah, it is off. I can hear it building up. Still not moving. Come on. Yeah, it is working. So control and numerical decimal is actually controlling the parking brake, which is currently set to off. Yeah. Or is it saying that it's not set to off, but you click? No, I don't know now. You should have enough power to move forward. So the pedals are even as well by toggling those 2 buttons. Numeric 0 and numeric enter. Why are we not moving forward? I've had plenty of power applied. I just don't want to overdo it and break something. See, you can hear it building up now. And it looks like it's trying to move. There we go. Maybe it wasn't enough power until now. Bring that down a wee bit. It's a bit too fast. Get ready to brake. Nice.
All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
Roger, roger. confirming that's in the off position. Yes, it is. Nice. Up the power. We're moving. We are staying even on the pedals for the rudder, so we should be able to easily taxi. Now, why does that look like it's going off to the left? Even though the pedals are even. That was, I don't know, very strange. Yeah, that's going off the left again. You're not just stay in the middle.
Watch your speed. After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point and prep for takeoff. Watch your speed.
I know, it won't stop. It's wobbling. Wow.
That was good
Okay.
taxiing.
That was by a.
The
No,
next
that was a
challenge
fluke.
will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
Full control, you say? Oh, we got a B for that. Take off. Take off is the easier part. It's the landing is the bit I hate. Actually, where I'm based in Dublin, I'm actually not that far from the airport. Sometimes we get the odd airplane coming across. Dublin, Ireland, not
There's an
Dublin,
old saying
America.
I like. A mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway, and to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching.
Well, we wouldn't really see it with
Everything
this
looks
view.
good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
Roger, roger.
Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21.
Why is the rudder not so? Why is it so terrible at responding? Oh my god, look at this. Where are you going? No, we're not in the center. Oh, you stop. No. Oh, for the love of... No, I'm not increasing power. I want to get this thing aligned. No. What are you doing? Oh my god. Reset. Reset. I can't get it to stop. It's... the handling is shit. Can we upgrade new pedals or something? This thing has a mind of its own. Come on, I'm holding decibel. Stop moving. Seriously, no, stop turning. Stop turning. Stop turning. No, no, no. Stop. Just fucking stop.
Keep working on it. You'll get better.
No, no, no. Don't pivot.
All right, let's do this.
Why is it pivoting?
Apply full power and I'll walk you through the takeoff
Apply
as we
full
go.
power. You mad woman. This thing won't even stay on the middle of the... Increase throttle to maximum.
Use your rudders to stay on the center line and keep pushing power.
I can't. It has a
55
fucking
knots.
mind of its own. Uh-oh.
We're a bit too far down the runway. Let me move the plane back into position. All right,
Thank you.
let's do this.
Now we're
Apply full
centered.
power and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Right. Throttle maximum.
Use
Not
your
touching.
rudders to stay on the center line and
Yeah,
keep pushing
I'm on.
power until you reach 55 knots.
I don't want to touch the rudder.
Good. Now gently pull back on the yoke.
I don't believe it. We're up,
Pull
lads.
back on the yoke to take off. And we're airborne.
I don't believe it.
Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon.
Above the horizon, okay.
That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to keep the runway heading of 210 degrees. Maintain 75 knots and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time.
Why does it look like it's going down instead of up?
Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. Good job.
Whew. Couldn't wait for that to be over. Two done, more to go. Dead stick landing. Focus on yoke to land. Okay. Sweltering here.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast.
Turn a wee bit.
Keep your airspeed at 65 knots.
Why is
When
it
you're
veering
10
off
feet
to the
above the
left?
runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off
After
or
landing
climbing.
is always good.
The main landing gear will touch down before
This feels
the
like I'm
nose wheel
veering
does.
off though. Oh, come on.
We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back.
Right, ma'am. I'm resisting. I'm
Now,
resisting.
focus on the end of the runway
Yeah.
and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
Just above it.
Nice. Now apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
Whew. I can't stay on the center line. I just want to stay on the tarmac. Is that okay with you?
I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
Let's see, but at least we got through it. And we got to walk away from it. Right, what's next? Landing without elevator. Focus on throttle for smooth approach. If too high, reduce throttle. Too low, add throttle. Aiming point, runway threshold. We should land on the main two wheels first.
In this landing exercise, I want you to focus on staying on the glide path using the throttle only. Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though,
why are we
always
veering
make
off
soft
to the left
corrections.
already?
You don't want to overcompensate.
Yeah, I know that, but what's happening? Why is the nose going down? See, nose is going down. I'm pulling back. Hello?
Now you can use the elevator to land.
The what now? Oh, come on, you're taking the piss. Oh, now you can. She's trying to kill me.
Reduce throttle to idle.
I would love to, but
Now focus on the end of the runway and pull
Tom,
back slightly
come
on the
on.
yoke to aim the nose
slightly.
just
I'm
above
way
it.
back on it. Come on, get back on the runway.
Nice. Now apply the brakes to slow us down.
Fuck the
and
brake.
bring
Let me get
plane
onto
to a
the
stop.
tarmac first. Stop! Stop turning!
I think
Stop.
a bit more practice may be a good idea.
Fucking hell.
Resist the temptation to pull back when above the flare height.
Yeah. I don't know why the handling on it is so fast. I don't get that bit. We'll have to look into that. What have we got now? Landing, combine throttle and yoke to land safely. Did we not just do that? Final approach, endpoint, runway threshold, power reduction start, rear wheels, touch point. Right, so you want to touch with the front, then the rear, flare and deceleration in flight. Seems logical.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. And
I'm
I've
in
already set us
charge.
up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
Okay, let's see if it stays in the position it's in. No, it's floating to the left. Come on, compensate. Back. Whoa. That rudder control is... Where's it going? Yikes. What's happening? Whoa! What are you doing? I didn't even touch the yoke. What the fudge? Come on, pivot. Just get Ross together when you need him. Come on. No, 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 no. Don't you dare. We are walking away from this. Come on. Hold on, I need to see what the pedal position is. Right. No, 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 no. Stop, stop. We're not crashing. No. I refuse to crash. Right, pedals look like they're back in alignment. Let's get our view back up. Oh, look how far off we are from that runway. Right, let's go a little bit left. Then we're going to go up and roll the turn. That's it. We can do this. Just think of it as Die Hard 2. No, wait a minute, was it Die? Actually, who landed the plane in Die Hard 2? No, it wasn't McLean. I don't think it was. Ooh, right. So I can see where the middle of the screen actually is. This is my feature on my monitor. So, question now is can we keep this nose up long enough to get over that? Follow the glide.
Reduce throttle to idle.
It is already on idle, according to my screen.
Now focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
Okay.
Nice. Now apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
Come on, why is it turning? Why is it not turning, I mean? Maybe we can get into the center before we completely stop. Can we? Can we get into the center? Pretty please. Be nice to stop in the center for once. And brake. Brake? What is with these brakes?
I think a bit more practice may be a good
You
idea.
think?
Keep in mind that
Why are we
approaching the
moving? I thought I
runway
put
at the
the-
right speed
thought I put
is
the
key
brakes
to
on.
a good landing.
Let's put the parking brake on. Of course, you didn't tell me that. Downwinds. Follow a traffic pattern to prepare for landing. Right. It's an hour and a half. I need a break. That's enough of that for now. So, but we will do something else. Maybe a bit of... I won't say on this, but yeah. We'll be back with something else. Watching and bye for now.